Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Dark House. First of all, I want to thank each one of you guys who has been subscribing to the channel, posting comments, giving it a thumbs up. I've been getting some great feedback for the videos. Now today we're going to be doing the Psylocke Blade, I don't know what it's called, this. Alright, we won't be using any third-party plugins, so let's get to it, but before... That's right, Bert. Tear that fucking dance floor down. Okay, so we're back in After Effects, and here I already have my subject keyed out. So let's bring in our background. Okay, so I'm using this background that I stole from the web, and let's just position it right there. That's fine. Let's do this really quick, and then somewhat adjust the sizing of our scene, I guess. Okay, I think that shit's about right. No, I think it was. Then it looks somewhat okay. Somewhat. Alright. For the purpose of this tutorial, let's try to make this as fast as possible. Okay. So we're gonna press Ctrl Y. We're gonna call it energy 1. And here we are going to create our element, our blade. So we're gonna add a fractal noise. Okay, let's play with the settings here for a bit. Okay, that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna draw something that will, I guess a triangle. Triangle works fine, but we want to make something that looks like the blade. In this case, that doesn't look that bad. Now I'm gonna come to the evolution, Alt click the stopwatch, and then we're gonna add an expression. Time is 5, put 5,000. Let's see. Now it moves very fast. Okay, that's about right. So I'm gonna duplicate this one more time, and now I'm gonna change the settings here a bit. Let's see, transform, no, scale, put scaling down. There we go, that looks about right. And I'm gonna change this to add. And now we start getting something different every time. But what I want to show you is, here, check this out. I made one mask, and I'm going to duplicate it, and the second mask, instead of add, I'm going to change the mode to subtract. And now I won't be able to see anything, but if I bring down my mask expansion, I should be getting somewhat of an edge. And now I'm just going to feather these. Now let's bring this one slightly. 10. Let's put this one 5. Press Ctrl Shift H to hide the mask, and that looks. We are not going to get too complicated here. Oh, I'm sorry, too detailed into the settings with every fractal noise. Feel free to experiment with these, and that's what I'm about to do. I am going to just play with these, duplicate them a few times, and we should be getting that. I'm gonna duplicate this one more time. Now this mask, I'm gonna delete it. This one mask, I'm gonna make it a lot smaller. Like that. Let's see. Like I said, you guys can play with these settings. There's no right or wrong way to do this. There is only what you guys think looks good. And again, for the purpose of this tutorial, I don't want to get too into detail as far as fractal noise, because we can spend here days just talking about fractal noise. But one tip, if you guys want to simulate energy like fire, heat, etc., fractal noise is really good for that. Every time, I mean, just think about it. In this case, the sword is energy, so we want to simulate energy. So what we do is we apply some fractal noise. Okay, fine. So again, for the purpose of this tutorial, let's do this fast and let's not get too much into detail. Okay, so now here I'm selecting all my energy elements and I'm gonna pre-compose them. And now I have this, something that looks very shitty for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go to the last keyframe. If you guys seen my tutorials, you'll find that I like to start my stuff from the last keyframe for some reason. Okay, let's see. It's too wide. Now this element is pre-composed, that way we can control it at any time going into this pre-comp, which those are the details, the small details, the last details that you guys add to basically look for your own style, or how much detail you guys want your stuff to have. Alright, so now I already positioned this. The rotation, so I'm gonna set some keyframes in the position on the rotation. One way we could do this is we could probably track the hand, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a very good tracker as far as that, so that's not gonna work very well for me, especially being just a few keyframes. I will do this, I'll do it the old way, I guess, or I don't know if that's the old way or whatever. So I'm just gonna go through the comp throughout, creating frames at start, end, and then going in between. So that's that. Like I said, here I set up a keyframe between these two. Now in between these two I want to set up another keyframe. So what I'm doing is I'm setting up keyframes for the position and the rotation. That way it follows the hand and it turns with it. One good idea is to pretty much just visualize this as a from the elbow of your subject to like the actual point of what's this thing called? Was it a blade? A blade, I guess. Yeah, the blade. Okay. Let's skip here a little bit while I just position this really quick, and we'll be right back. Okay, so now it's following the that track that we just did. Now we gotta find a position where this blade comes out, which should be around there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna draw a mask like that. set a keyframe on that position. And let's see, what do I want? There. That's where I want the mask to come out. Like that. See. Yep, that looks about right. So before anything, there is no mask. Sorry, there's no blade, and the blade comes out. Okay. Now, Control Y to create a new layer, and I'm gonna name this one arm. I'll show you guys why in a minute. Okay, so fractal noise again. Let's get to this. We want to create something that simulates somewhat of burning energy or like plasmatic. I don't know how to describe it, especially not right now. Okay, so that looks about right. Okay, so now we're gonna come down to the first frame and set a few keyframes here with the offset turbulence, and we want it to go up. So let's put minus 10,000. Let's see how that looks. That looks about right. Okay. So now I'm gonna pre-compose this, so in case I want to do any settings, any changes, I can do so. And I'm gonna change the blending mode to add. Wait, no, what was it? I think it was line mode. See right now, but I'm going to, let's name this. Change the name to blade. This one, just hand energy for now. Okay, now I want to find a position where, let's see, it's supposed to go out like that. So position should be somewhere like that. We want it to go, we want the energy to flow towards his elbow from his fist, I guess. So we want to simulate something like that. Now, I want to come and position this somewhere here. Alright. We gotta start color correcting this so it can look good. So first I'm gonna apply a hue and saturation. Let's start with the blade. And let's see. I think that looks about right. And now I'm gonna apply a glow. The radius has to be slightly high. That looks about right for now. So, but we want to make this very glowy, like that. And then we add it to our second layer here, which is not so glowy. Okay, I guess have to work on this a little bit more. How about now? No, actually looks worse, much worse. Well, first of all, right here it's already positioned where the energy is gonna flow this way to down right, I guess. but we want it to follow the arm. So what we can do is we can parent it to the blade. Now it will follow the same position as the blade. Okay. So like that. Okay, and now we have something that does not move. Well, it moves somewhat fast, but it doesn't move as fast. So instead of minus 10,000, let's put minus 50,000. Let's see how fast it moves now. Very freaking fast. Okay. And now we do the same thing as with the blade. We are gonna adjust the mask here. So bring it in. No, in this case it has to go the other way around. Right there. Let's see. I think sooner will be better. Like that. Let's step up. Okay, these settings definitely need a lot of work, but for now let's concentrate on creating everything. Now we can start bringing our background in. As always, I like to create some sort of dark looking stuff, so let's go for a well, let's make it darker. Dang it, that's what I did. Okay. That looks about right. Now I'm gonna make my subject darker as well. Okay. So I'm going to duplicate my subject, and I want to add the same hue and saturation and the glow to my second subject, which is this one. But I want this one to be a lot brighter, so instead of bringing it down, we are actually going to bring it up. I don't think I want the glow though. That's fine. But we have to, what was it? Subtract. No. This one. Hard light. Hard light is resemblance like if the whole gamma was changed to the color, adjusted to the color. So I like that one. So what I'm going to do is for the mask, exactly here where the blade comes out, I want my subject to start shining as well. So I'm just gonna do a mask like this. Feather it out about 50 pixels. That looks about right. Snap. Now put a keyframe on that mask path and where the blade comes out. I don't want to see that yet. I want it to be slightly faster. Okay, so now we have some sort of reflection on the subject. Control Alt Y to create a new adjustment layer, and we create a new adjustment layer, and we put it above our background. We add an exposure, and we bring our exposure up. Now, wait, so no, let's see. So now I copy the hue and saturation and the color as well to the exposure. Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, exactly. Right. Brilliant. So now what I want to do is I want to create some masks to basically give this light towards the what's this thing called? My background. So make it seem like the blade is actually lighting up. And I want to go see right here. I want to draw my first mask right there. Which is going to be somewhere like this, I think. Let's see. Feather is up. 200 pixels. That looks about right. Now I want mask opacity right here where my blade is still off, I guess. Mask opacity at 0. Where the blade comes out, mask opacity to 100. I think I could probably bump this up slightly. There, that's fine. Right there. So now we have to find those keyframes where the majority of the movement of the blade happens, so we can adjust the mask of this. I'm sorry, the position of this mask, and it will holy snap. Okay. First of set a keyframe on the mask path, then you start adjusting it. So the reason why I'm setting up a few keyframes for the opacity is because light, this is the light of this thing, or just like any other light, the higher or the further you put it from an object or a material, fades away. And that's what I want to, I guess, create the illusion here, as when the blade goes higher, the light sort of fades away from the background and everything else. I also want to set a few keyframes for the feather. That's right. Okay. So now we have something like this. Again, all this needs a lot of care, a lot of detail in order to get good, proper look. But we have this so far. Let's see. Yeah, could be worse. Much worse. Alright guys, so that's it for today's tutorial. I hope you guys liked it and learned something from it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you hit that subscribe button, as I will be posting a lot more tutorials futurely. Also, if you guys have any suggestions for any future videos and future effects, post it in the comments below. I'll be more than glad to recreate them and show you how to do them. As always, I'm Sean Garris. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you guys next time.